CamsTV.
But I wanted to get on here and ask a couple of y'all, how do y'all feel about Jaidyn's friends talking about me? Now, I don't care if Jaidyn talk about me because she know me. We go back and forth. We go way back. If she got a complaint, that's her complaint. I got my complaint. She got her complaints. That's what it is at the end of the day. Talk about your mother-in-law. You're not supposed to let your homegirl sit up and talk about me. And then when I tell her this morning, I said, Jaidyn, I don't think your friends are supposed to be using me for clout and talking about me. This said, well, you talk about her. Have y'all heard me talking about that weird white lady in any have y'all heard me talking about her recently? No, what's happening is she knows your clout's running out over there, and she's going to figure out a way to enforce using me when you could have came over here and just got you some. And you sitting up letting her grow off of me. The said she was going to flip on the people that she worked with if they with her. That's common sense tells you that's the type of money you dealing with. So why would you ruin our relationship by telling me that I'm talking about her so she could talk about me? Do you know how many I don't let talk about you? Even though you talk about them? For instance, Nevaeh. Did I shut the whole down when I started talking to her? You're not talking about Jaidyn and talking to me. Rila, same thing. You're not talking about them and talking about her and then kicking it with me. You got to find somebody else to talk about. But you will sit up here and let somebody that's operating your cameras because you don't want to read the paperwork like a dumb. You will let another sit up here and talk about me at my granddaughter's birthday? Like I got eyes and ears everywhere. You just letting this fat just sit up and talk about me so you can have somebody to sit there and dialogue with you on stream. You just finna run out of content. Like, what the is the problem that you don't see? Now, if I have Callie, I don't give a if she mad or not. If I have Callie, both y'all to up, then what? It's gonna be a problem, right? You just sitting up there with your friends talking about your mother-in-law, talking about I'm talking about her. I don't know her to talk about her. I talk about the things that I have seen her con you into doing. And now you think John over there getting some voodoo on him. You over there getting some of that crack of voodoo on you. That's what's happening here. I wouldn't care if Callie didn't talk to me yesterday, the day before, the month before. She not finna let them sit up and talk about me. That don't make no type of common sense. And nor would I sit up there and let nobody just sit here and just outright talk about you. I don't give a you did talk about Nevaeh. She not finna sit up and talk about you in my face. I don't give a what you did say. She's not finna sit up there and talk about. They're all losing their way. They're all losing what the purpose is. They're all sick. And I don't care what y'all say. She talk about me. It should not be now. If Tokyo or Tia or somebody that's worth talking about me on this talk about me, it makes sense. You just got a IT tech talking about your mother-in-law. If it's one of y'all talking about me, y'all paying to talk about me. You just letting the eat off a table. This why you don't got no friends. This why you have to sit up with a weirdo on the internet all day with somebody we don't even want to look at. This why. Because you think it's cool. That's not cool. Mother-in-law, this level of delusion is crazy. I don't care how much you pay. You got to go. Bye. We're going to have a little bit of respect. We're going to have a little bit of respect here. Because the last time I checked, when she was from 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17 years old, I was called mother-in-law. So when that changed, I didn't get the memo. So you go. Okay, it's too early in the morning and it's already hot outside for a to get in here and call me delusional. How you gonna call me delusional when she didn't have nobody at all, not even her own mama, and they just all sitting up there like they don't know, like they don't remember. I put you on your first airplane, you letting no sit up there and talk about me on your live, talking about I was talking about her. I don't know her to talk about her. She looked like she stank. She looked like she smelled like old bologna. I don't know her business to talk about her. But I know that people reported back to me that they was uncomfortable that you sat there letting her talk about me at my granddaughter party. I can tell you that much. I know the people that was there was uncomfortable. So you and her. And when you figure out how to get your people to respect your mother-in-law, then you call me. But until then, y'all can kiss my black ass. Both of y'all can kiss my black ass. And if you don't want me to see the grandkids, oh well. They your kids. They your kids. You decide that. But don't call me talking about nothing else, about nothing, until you get your trailer park trash in check. Okay? Because I'm not about to sit up here and let now one of these talk about you for clout. These want to get on my show and blow it up about you. You think I let the whole show go viral the way they wanted to talk about you? You think I let Nevaeh and Rila get on my live and talk about you? No, why would I do that? So why would you do it? And I know you talk about them too. And I still don't let them talk about you. Get yourself together. She did. No, I just called that. I post the text messages. Don't get on this lying. That's what we not gonna do. Then the white lady gonna say, I be around Journey more than you. You can never clock the hours that I clock. I don't get my grandkids for clout. I don't get my grandkids to sit up and be on no live with Jaidyn. I get my grandkids without her. For weeks, for days. Since they've been 6 months old. You can't never compete with nobody's grandma. You just gonna let some strangers come up in here and just bogart and bully the clout. I would have paid the IT person to come hook your shit up for you. I would have paid the IT person to go hook your shit up before I let them have to take it from you in blood. Your real friends and family supposed to know when it comes to certain people in your family, you shut the up and mind your own business. Then gonna sit up there and say, she's just mad because I won't let her manipulate. I won't let Karlissa manipulate Jaidyn. Manipulate her for what? She ain't got to manipulate for. Are you okay? Are you okay? You gonna protect Jaidyn from me manipulating her? Manipulate her for what? Don't get on this me off. Now I've been enjoying my birthday. I ain't said nothing about you. Now if your clout running out, Jaidyn, and you need something to talk about till TMZ interview hit, that's fine. But you don't let no trailer park from down the street hop on here because they done put a couple cords together for your get on here and talk about me. Now all she did was put some cords together. That was like $1,000 to $2,000 worth of work. Okay, I could have paid the Best Buy people to do that shit. You just gonna let a stranger get on here and talk about me? You done lost your way. This shit going to y'all. I can't believe this shit. I'm thinking I'm about to text her like, yeah, tell old girl to pipe down. Like, I don't want to go back and forth with her. I don't know her. I don't want to go back and forth with her. That's your level of not mine. I don't talk to the fans no more. That's a fan. Okay? Don't put me in that with her no more. I asked her nicely. She gonna say, well, you're talking about her. Girl, she done let the lady sit up at my granddaughter's birthday and talk about me. Like people wasn't gonna come back and tell me. Girl, is you okay? You finna have that white running all your out. That's what she finna do. She finna you over royally. But she getting her. And we know what type of she is because she been working with them cough syrup people for a cool minute. And she said if them fire her, she gonna they up because she got all the passwords. You don't be listening to what people be saying when they be by you. Because what they'll do to another that they've been with for a cool minute, they'll do to you. You better open your ears. You don't got nothing for me to manipulate you for. You done let somebody play with your the last time and that was your man. Okay, you thought you and Sadie was cute, keeping the kids from me and laughing in my face. Turn around, they laughing in your face. You need to wake the up and pay the attention. Because ain't nobody gonna love you like mama love you. I don't give a what they say. Ain't nobody finna love you like mama love you. Truth be told, please don't get me to get on here telling how I really feel, because ain't nobody did for you. You be running around here like Nevaeh. This starts with your son. This don't got nothing to do with my son. Shut the up before you and them crowns and them stars be ejected out of here, okay? I'm not on this to get paid. I'm not begging you to sub up. I don't need you to sub up. Okay? I need you to go over there and deliver the message and screen record the shit and give it to the so that she can know I'm not playing. That's all I need you to do. Exactly. This don't got how she got this something got to do with Blue. Blue done went down the road with a whole nother and a whole nother family. What he got to do with this? He don't give a about her, me, or none of this shit. So what the do he got to do with this? Not a thing. We talking about a whole new person that done came and put some wires together and turned on a camera because Jaidyn don't like to read the instructions, and she got this lady over here thinking that she running. What the fuck, girl? That's not your friend. That's the IT lady. You done ran friends because you don't have no loyalty, and I'm trying to teach you how to have some loyalty. That ain't your friend. What is wrong with you? When they start ringing that bell, that bitch gonna put you down. She gonna go right up over there with her people. What you talking about? Yeah, she done let this lady sit up there and talk her out of her whole. Like, what the fuck are you talking about? I'm the one who suggested TMZ call you. I'm the one who suggested that they interview you at a time when I thought we was family. This is why I don't like to help nobody else, because then you will sit up here and let a white bitch sit up here and talk about me like she been on the main line with us, like she been starving with us, because she know how to put some jumper cables together. Read the instructions. Yes, y'all. Why is y'all even letting just somebody just pop up on the scene doing all that, just ruining her and talking about her mother-in-law? Gonna tell me she keep the kids more than me? Well, keep them then. I don't give a. You she the baby daddy. Well, because before Jaidyn got that stream, we didn't see you trying to do too much of nothing but get your cough syrup. We didn't see you trying to help no kids or nobody. We saw you trying to get your cough drop popping. And now they finna fire you because you think you Big Willie, and you gonna them over after all they done for you and up they passwords, and because you want to talk about me because you want some clout from me. Oh, Blue ain't gonna give it to you. We gonna get it from his mammy. How about you go get it from Krishan? That's where I think you should go get it from. She a lover bitch like you. I mean, how is she just gonna sit up and let this lady ain't even been over here? The only reason she been over here all the time now is because she's sucking something out of something. Like when you was just over here trying to get your cough syrup pictures and take some pictures for Jaidyn and do some work. Now you feel like you comfortable enough to be talking about me and my son? Her friends don't get online and talk about me and my son. You ain't never seen Quincy get on here and talk about us. Seen Quincy, and Quincy know all Jaidyn business. You ain't never seen Jaidyn get on here and talk about us. You ain't never seen Quincy sit up there. If Jaidyn get mad and she want to say something about me or Blue, she gone too far. She have gone too far, and I say that's too far, and I say it's too far. But if she want to get on here and pick a bone with us, that's her right to do. That's her right. We family. That's her right to do. That's not. You don't let your friends sit up and talk about your family. Your friends are supposed to sit up there, your real friends, this is eating off you. Your real friends supposed to sit up there and go, yup, That's all your friends supposed to say. Because when we get back friends, or we get back family, you're going to find out what type of them really was. Just like Sadie, when y'all thought y'all was sitting up there laughing, holding my grandkids, having prostitutes hold my grandbaby, laughing because I can't see my grandkids, then you around and find out that this all up in your neck. That's why you don't let nobody talk about your family, because your family gonna be there. Them is there for a check. You keep laughing with the wrong. If you was sitting up there laughing with your mama, that's different. That's my family too. You sitting up here laughing with a that you just made your friend because she done hooked up some jumper cables on the computer. I would have paid for that and paid for a nice looking to sit up there and talk with you, so that your stream look enticing. You sitting up there with the garbage, skin all nasty and look like she don't shower, smelling like baloney, sitting up here talking about a colored woman. That's where you going for your clout, to sit up with a white woman and talk about a colored woman? Is you cool? That's why you ain't got no friends. Them ain't your friends. None of them people is your friends. Krishan ain't got no friends either. They don't know how to treat people. That's why they don't got no friends. You don't know how to treat people. You don't let your other friends sit up and talk about your family and your friends. And then y'all will go over there and tell her, yeah, talk about her mama. You dumb? When this all blow over and the sun ain't shining and you need something to do or somewhere to go, who the f you think you gonna call? That the best for her. I want the best for John. I want the best for Krishan. I want the best for Nevaeh. I want the best for all these dumb. I really do. Quincy is Jaidyn's real good friend. The one that kept her kids while she went on baddies for 40 days and 40 nights and brought me my grandkids and picked them up on time and fed them and helped out with Bodine's daughter. Them was her real good people. She don't with them no more. Now, how you don't with them? She didn't get on here and ask for no credit. She didn't post no kids. She didn't say she had no kids. She didn't do none of that. Only thing Quincy up and said was, Jaidyn, I don't think you should be back with John when he gets out. And she her all off. Now that John over there doing something else, it's okay for us to talk about John. But when your real friend tried to give you behind the scenes about John, it was a whole problem. Now she can't be your friend no more. She using you. Using you for what? I ain't never seen Quincy try to get no clout off you, try to use you. If she didn't have no money and needed an extra couple dollars or needed to eat, she deserved to eat. She helped you with your kids for 40 days and 40 nights while you was on baddies. Ain't no friends doing that shit. Ain't no friends helping with your kids while you go get no bag and come back and don't give them none. That's how you know they're your friend, because they don't have their hand out when you get back. Now, they might ask for some food. You supposed to help your friends if you got a little more than them. You helping this out. You helping this lady build her clients and her clout up off of us, off our blood, sweat, and tears. They sit up and talk about me and my son this whole time. They don't say about Kai. He done made her look like a fool, done posted her messages. You don't hear them saying about him. I haven't heard him get none of the heat, and he made you look worse than John made you look. I haven't heard them, her or that lady, talk about the Kai bands. Why we don't give Kai bands some clout? Why we don't give Kai bands some clout? He done posted your message and sat up with MB Youngboy's baby mama made you look like a fool. Why we don't talk about him? We should be talking about him too, but I know why y'all don't talk about him, because y'all don't want to give him no clout. Well, don't use us for it. Get some from him too. Ain't heard about him. They over there like, quiet on the creek. Shh. The post text message and posting a tape. Exactly. What? She knows who posted the tape. We all know who posted the tape. We all know who got hold of that tape. Quincy told me. She didn't want me to interview Quincy because she didn't want y'all to know that she really knows who did it. Quincy told me. Quincy know who had the tape, who just got the tape. Why the tape just now coming out. Quincy know. I'm not no snitch. I'm not saying who did what or why who did what. I'm just saying she know. Oh no. Just gonna sit up there and let a new friend talk about your mother-in-law, well, your ex-mother-in-law, the only person who pray for you, who I guarantee you I'm the only who pray for her. I guarantee you I am. I know I am. You gonna sit up there and let this talk about me. Then when I hit you on the sidebar and be like, I don't really want to go back and forth with this. You don't want to go back and forth with Rila and about the baby. So why would I want to go back and forth with this? She gonna say, well, you talking about her. Do you know how many people talk about you that I shut down? And you be talking about them all on the internet? Using them for clout too, and I still don't let them talk about you on none of my. I don't like none of them no more. I don't like none of these kids that God put around me. I don't like my kids. I don't like these kids. I'm finna just go off into the sunset with my man and mind my own business and start streaming all the beautiful places that we could go and eat. Nothing to do with them, because I'm tired of all of them. I'm tired of them. I'm so tired of them. They don't have no respect, no appreciation. They all entitled. Blue got this witch in his house doing spells, and he stays letting her join in her disrespect with you. And I don't f with him either. Do you see me over there? Do you see me over there? I got a whole new grandbaby in the world that I have not touched, blessed. Do you see me over there? You know the f you don't. And if he want to go to hell with a hot broom up his ass, that's his business. Okay, he's a grown man, and next year this time he'll be 30 years old. Okay, them is grown people. She trying to alienate him. Well, that's his problem. He needs to wake up and figure out the coffee. But right now, like I told him, until that $25,000 a week go down, run that shit up. This and them too. I don't give up, because don't nobody give a about nobody. You can't put spells on Christian people. You can't. All them prayers that she think he laughing and joking and faking and doing, he washing all her shit out every time she think about it. So she over there doing all of that. And he sitting up there saying Jesus every day. Okay? And we know when you say Jesus, that means all the demons can't come in. Are you going to Junior's party? I would not feel safe. I would not feel safe. I'm sorry. I would not feel safe. If she was having a party over here with my security in my neighborhood, yes, I would absolutely be at the party. Absolutely. I would put whoever she needs to come to the party, and we all be safe. But I'm not going. I would never go after the way they did my son out there. And he was bringing food and bringing good tithes to them people. Honey, ain't no way. Ain't no way. They didn't even respect the bag that was coming to them. Ain't no way I'll go nowhere and trust nobody with my safety who don't even respect the bag. Okay? My son went down there bringing good ties, bringing good money to the family. That was going to be good recurring money. Money that they was going to be able to get high with, kick it with, buy with. The only person had enough common sense to get some of that bag was Tesiki. Okay? Because Blue was bringing good tithes down there. And what you see happen, they didn't give a. They wanted the whole bag. So no, ma'am, I'm not going down nowhere with no people. Then they doing that to each other. If she want to bring him over here and do a cupcake and ice cream, we can talk about it. But I need to wait to watch these interviews to see how far these go, to see if I'm going to ever talk to him again. Because ain't no way. I don't give a if Mr. Sappho run off with the neighbor, run down the street naked. If I catch him in this jacuzzi swimming pool, if he posts a nude pic of me, this have carried me for 13, 14 years. I might say some words, but I'm not about to go and exploit him and try to put him in prison and do all this weird. We gonna end on a good note just because you was a good the whole time I was here. You let the devil get a hold of you and you switched up. That's fine. It's other than to see. I'm not about to be over here walking around with people that do vengeful, malicious, vindictive stuff just because they can't get no man. You can't get no man because you're evil. You're evil, and these other men done seen you be evil, so they don't really trust you, and they ain't gonna never want you. Loyalty out there, and they watching you. They know you good for nothing. Now, if they was over there at Walmart or at Target or Amazon busting their ass and the people came out and fired them, they ain't finna blow up the spot. Girl, we don't, please, if you say that lady's name on my live one time, you're going to be ejected. Okay? I just told you I don't want to go back and forth with the help. I done came too far to be arguing with the help. Especially the people that put the jumper cables together to make the camera work. Okay? I'm not arguing with no IT people. I'm not doing that. I don't know them people and I don't give a about them people. Okay? Let her keep going over there to plug Jaidyn up because and doing that. Leave me out of that. After today, I don't have nothing else to say. Let her get the clout from somebody else. Tell them to go over there and play with Krishan. Try to tell these goofy ass. They don't want to listen to me, though. They don't never want to listen to me. I tell them, don't trust nobody. They'll go tell people I said that. Is you cool? You can't help them. These is LD. These is what we call these LD, yellow bus. One or the other, you pick one. They can't figure it out. They can't figure it out. I tell you to don't trust nobody. Now you got your name all over there. They saying this your baby daddy, that's your baby daddy. All my son's friends your baby daddy now. And I told you don't trust nobody. If I tell you don't trust nobody, why not you gonna have one of the people I tell you don't trust to take your kid to school? Because y'all all deal, y'all some, these is the, I don't know how they find him. I don't know why he entertains it, but he has to have the slowest in the whole universe. And I don't even, that's why I say I don't understand it. You don't trust his own father with him, but you just trust some strangers. John don't even trust these. I'm trying to figure out why they don't listen to me. Even when it was Krishan's turn and I tried to get her to listen to me. Don't smoke, don't drink, don't do what these people telling you to do. They rather listen to the strangers than listen to me. They rather listen to these fake that the Hollywood sends you. I'm not going to tell them. I'm not telling them nothing else to do. I'm not telling them how to move, what to say. You see that put that faja on the next day, though, didn't she? Because, girl, you wouldn't have been looking like that on the first day. I would have had you right on the first day. Y'all see she went and put that faja on. They try to sneak listen. Jonathan, too. They try to sneak listen. Because they know I know. I'm up here watching everything. I'm looking down at everything. They over here talking to them. That's eye to eye level with them. Why would you do that? I don't believe the baby asked to sleep with Bodine. I think y'all might be. I have to double check that one. But that's why the daddy, the pawpaw, don't want to interact and do that much. Because if you gonna say the little boy daddy touched him, what's gonna make you gonna say everybody in the house touch him when you get mad? Because you already worshiping idols. So I'm gonna tell you the truth. A person who worships idols, anything but God, builds altars and chants and does yoga, all of that demonic shit, anything but Jesus Christ in the Bible, it says that they're worshiping the devil. If you trust in somebody that's blatantly, literally playing with the devil in your face, you get what you get. I don't want you to get up next year. I don't want to hear you crying about it. I don't want to hear. He went to prison behind two people that say that they talk to God, talking to the devil, plopping out a and changing a diaper, plopping out a and changing a diaper. That's not how this works. And y'all did the same thing to Krishan too. Y'all made her weak. Y'all make people weak by going, oh, well, she just had the baby, girl. When we was out in Africa and we just had the baby, we still tilled the ground. Then when we came over here with these white people and they slaved us, we still had to tilt the ground. We don't even know nothing about getting tired because we just had no baby. I had C-sections. And yes, my mother-in-law came and she did her thing, but I still had to go to work with them staples itching me. I was at work with the staples still in. I don't give no fucks about y'all whining about, oh, they just had a baby. That means get your ass up and get to work. You wanted the... I have never in my life cried to no man, no person, oh, I'm tired. Can you get the baby? Like, this my baby. That's my other kids. I still had 2 other kids. Y'all make people weak. What'd she do with the last baby? Who helped her? Then instead of her listening to him and taking it and like, okay, you know what? Like, that's what y'all problem is with women too. If somebody say, you know, you need to get up and do this or do that, it's already like, first of all, he shouldn't be claiming because he shouldn't be complaining because you already knew what it was before she even got pregnant. You already knew that was a trifle before she got pregnant. So how dare you sit up here and ask her to do stuff that you know she don't normally do? How dare you put all these expectations on somebody you know don't even have the abilities? How dare you? You knew the car was nasty, the house was nasty, the altar was nasty. You knew all this shit before she had this baby. You knew she was walking around with a cat with no skin on it. You knew all of this stuff before you got her pregnant. And you still went up in that mother raw. Okay? You did. So, don't get on here complaining and crying and making us feel bad for you either, Jonathan. Don't get on here expecting her the laundry all over the house. You don't be expecting. That's how she kept house before you got her pregnant. You knew this already, and don't get brand new. You knew when Krishan came along, she didn't have no home training either. You can't train people, they come trained. Grown-ups already set in their ways, in their 20s and 30s. That's how they is, okay? That's how they was raised. That's how they gonna be. They probably ain't gonna change. So get used to being around a nasty in a nasty house, because that's what you thought was cute. Now, I gave you every chance and opportunity. When she jumped on me and my spirit jumped back at her, that was your sign. You got to pay attention to the signs. You got to pay attention to the signs. Now, no matter what it is, you got to learn how to love her the way she is or let her go. That's what you got to do. This is the type of person that'll sleep on a pissy mattress with no sheet. You got to learn how to love that the way she is, or call in a maid, cut off some of her allowance, and start paying the maid people to come in there. I know y'all don't like to be having strangers up in y'all house, but you're going to have to find a maid that you like. Maybe one of these other women's that you got to come in there and do the job. Help her do the job. I don't know how you get postpartum if you don't even do. Postpartum is for people who have a baby and they stressed out. But if you ain't doing it, you ain't got to do. How the hell do you get postpartum? You ain't even got to think about no job. You ain't got to think about no lights, no water, no gas, washing your ass. How the hell do you catch postpartum if you ain't got to worry about? I think that sound like a post. I think that sound like a post excuse. Y'all just be making up as you go. Now, if she got postpartum, send her home to her mama and let her get healed, because you can't heal. She can't get healed over there. It's dishes and dirty clothes and people to feed. That's a full house over there. So if she got real postpartum, he need to ask her, are you feeling depressed or postpartum? She was already feeling that before because she was an addict. So what he needs to do is go on over there and have a heart-to-heart with her and ask her, because he been talking to her like this before she had the baby, during the baby, while he was in jail. He ain't not talked like this his whole time. So she knew what she was getting into too. So now if she got the postpartum, if she done caught the postpartum, if y'all done gave her the postpartum, y'all need to tell her it's time to go to your mom's house for like 4 weeks and take a rest. Heal from your postpartum so that you could be the best mom you could be for both the kids. But you can't, if Jonathan is causing you postpartum and you not grown woman enough for your kids to get up and leave and go to spend some time with your mama and your daddy, them people that say they love you so much and they want to help you, you need to go on over there and get some help for a minute. Ain't nothing wrong with leaving for 4-5 weeks to go heal. Ain't nothing wrong with it. But if you don't choose to do that, we don't want to give a and hear about nobody talking about postpartum. Okay? She got a whole mama and a daddy that done jumped in the equation to take up for her. They need to tell her, we'll send you a ticket for you and your baby and come home and heal up and then go back if you want to. Y'all just passing postpartum out. Now, I done gave the advice. She put the faja on. If she got the postpartum, she need to go home for a while. If she need to come over here, she could come over here. If them is some fake family members, she could come over here. I told her that before she had the baby. She could have came over here for a few weeks to get rid of her depression. And even if you got the postpartum, you still got to clean up your dishes and make up your bed and do things that you got to do because you at somebody else's house. So if she come on up over here, she can come on up over here. Ain't no pills over here and none of that other over here, but you gonna get you. It's very serene. It's very open and ain't nobody gonna bother you. And Mrs. Sappho work all day and I work all day too. So if you need a couple weeks to heal, you pick one of these mammies that you think is good for you and you go get you some rest. But you don't sit up there on no camera and then blame somebody else. I have postpartum. Well, then you need to take your post to the doctor and go get you some medicine or go on somewhere and go get you some peace for a few weeks. Take your ass home or come over here or go over your mama house. But you gonna sit there and then be crying and why I caught the postpartum. Y'all had that before y'all met him. Stop playing with me. Y'all had that before y'all met Jonathan. Y'all giving him postpartum. At this point, y'all, he about to catch the. Can the daddy get it too? Can the daddy catch it too? That's what I want to know. Can the daddy catch it too? Because he look like he got the too. And I do be over here laughing. I know I shouldn't be laughing. But I do be over here laughing. Because you had somebody to cook, clean, get all of that. You had somebody to do all of that. And you went over there and the $2 prostitute friend. And now you can't. You've been looking for somebody to clean that house. Jaidyn is Mexican. She was born to know how to wash woodworks and make sure that is extra clean. Okay, that's in her DNA. Okay, that's in her DNA. You can't go down to the trailer park and then think you about to get, you know what I'm saying? They just do different. Okay, we put bleach in our water. They ain't putting bleach in the water. You roaming around too many neighborhoods. CPS don't take nobody baby if they on drugs unless they on drugs when they go into delivery. So she went to a reputable hospital. So we gonna stop saying that the baby got some drugs on him, because if the baby had got some drugs on him here in California, we can't run to Baltimore out here. We can't do that out here. California don't give a fuck about none of that. If you go and take your ass in labor and delivery, the first thing they're gonna do is draw up some of that blood while you ain't looking, and they're gonna get some of that blood. And they gonna find out if you done mistreated this baby while you was pregnant. Then they gonna plaster it on your forehead and tell you you gotta go home without this baby. They don't give a fuck about none of that shit out here, okay? So she ain't gave that baby no drugs, or she went home way too quick. They tested that blood. They looked at her. I ain't never seen nobody. They threw them out the hospital. They was in a Christian hospital, because I seen the crosses everywhere and them wanted them out. That hospital, I ain't never seen nobody leave no hospital that fast. Them felt the evil spirits and wanted them out. Okay? I ain't never seen a hospital get rid of nobody that fast, but I knew what it was when I seen them crosses over there on that wall over Jonathan. Every time I seen my son, it was a cross over his head. Did y'all notice that, or it just me? Every video Jonathan was on, he up in there with all the demons. All the demons in the room. Now, The demons was so thick in that. They said, you could go. You done. We checked the baby. Ain't no drugs in the baby. You could go. Take that baby and that man and them other people with you and get the on up out of this hospital. We Christians up in here. Now, I don't know why she didn't go to her kind of hospital, but she sure went up in there to the Catholic or the Christians. I seen the cross on the wall for Jesus, honey. I don't know about Baltimore, but I'm a nurse in this state of California hospital. Exactly. Would you tell these people she wouldn't have left up out of there? He wouldn't have left up out of there if that baby would have had any ounce of dope up in him, even if it was weed. Okay, that's California to have a baby. They say, you ain't getting my baby, because I know I've been getting high with this baby. They saying that because she high and breastfeeding. Well, I pray that that's not the case, that she getting high and breastfeed, because if she getting high and breastfeed, that's probably worse than giving the baby drugs while he in your stomach, because you actually looking at the baby and putting it in his mouth and knowing that the mother is dirty. So I pray that y'all just making that up, and that's not true. I pray that y'all making that up, and that's not true. I pray that she know better. And one thing I don't understand that seems kind of fraudulent and fake, I still needed my rocks after I had my baby for like the first month, because the baby take that last little bit of iron out of you before they come up out of you, and then the next day you just don't need no cornstarch no more. Or was that some cornstarch attention? Because she done threw that cornstarch to the curb. She said she was drinking Corona and Modelo's. I don't know nothing. See, I didn't do any of that type of stuff. And I didn't even breastfeed, and I still didn't drink and smoke during or after with no new baby, because I be scared. With a new baby, you got to be mindful. You got to hear the rhythm in their breathing. You know what I'm saying? Them first 6 months, at least 3 months is a little sketchy time. So you want to be monitoring them. You want to be making sure, you know what I'm saying? So I don't know if you're allowed to drink beer and breastfeed or not. One of them nurses in here would have to tell us. I wouldn't know that. I never breastfed. Auntie, she had the baby laying on the grass. Oh, no. And see, Jonathan knows better. Jonathan knows that a baby could come out with an allergic reaction to the grass, to the pollen. Jonathan knows. Jonathan wasn't allowed to take none of these babies outside for the first 2-3 weeks. Okay, we don't take our babies outside for at least 3 weeks. And when we take them outside up to the 6 weeks, it's to pet places, emergency places where a lot of people ain't breathing, the pollen, the dust. You just don't know what type of things your baby gonna have a problem with, and they too young to get those problems at that early age. And so I don't know why her mama not calling to tell her that y'all got fake grass at home. Chain the dog up and do a picnic in the backyard. Okay? Do a picnic in the backyard. Get a play set for the backyard for the other baby to play and run around in, like I got. Get you a play set for the baby to run around and go in the backyard and do a picnic and take the bassinet back there, throw the ball. Remember when Jiggy and Blue used to play football together? Like, I haven't seen him do any of the things with these women that he normally does, that he likes to do. Like, I just haven't seen him do anything with them. Like, him and Jiggy used to play football in the backyard. They used to play cards. They used to play dominoes. I don't see him doing any of the things that he does with people that he really likes. It's a couple people he done really liked in his lifetime. I'll tell y'all who they is. Burhan coming down for me to talk to her about Jonathan, so she could tell y'all his very first girlfriend, Ethiopian, beautiful. She's a doctor now. Girl, it don't matter if you was full. You a long way from there. Did he really like Stunner Girl? I believe he really liked Stunner Girl for sure. I just think that Stunner Girl probably is in a place in her life where she wants to have a man to herself. She deserves a man to herself. She's very beautiful. She's very talented. She's very clean. We've seen Stunna Girl's house. So yeah, I think he very much admires Stunna Girl. But I don't think Blue knows that he's not. He's gonna tell them the truth. And y'all try to make it like, oh, she too good for me. She wants to get married. She wants to have a kid. She's in a place in her life where she knows what she wants, and she don't need the money. So she not gonna sit around and pity pat around for no money. And Jonathan is being honest with everybody, whether they're rich, poor, slow, smart, dumb, fast. He's going to be honest across the boards because he don't want that to come back on him. He going to tell him, I'm not even 30 years old. I don't want to be with nobody like that. And I haven't met nobody that I want to be with like that. Because real men do not just like you because you have a baby. They don't just like you because you got a fat ass. Real men, when they're ready to settle down, they like you because of a multitude of things. Getting a man and keeping a man is just as hard as getting your college degree. They are so very specific on the things that they want for their future, for their life. And you know if you temporary or not because you don't want to do that. Do you know what I have to do just to maintain a 6-figure? So imagine what they got to do to maintain a millionaire. He don't give a fuck that I'm tired. Did you wash my drawers? What you making for dinner? What time is we eating? Make sure is the dishes. Did you do the dishes? Are you on live? Like they treat us like it, and you don't want them to have to ask you all them things because then you start feeling like a kid and your mama start bucking up because you know what I'm saying. Why wait till a grown man got to ask you to do your duties? And then once they start having to ask you too many times, it's like your mama and your daddy. They really love you, but they don't want you here no more. We love y'all, but we don't want you here no more. You don't make no bed when you get out. You don't wash no ass when you get up. You don't wash your ass before you lay down. It's a lot of things that they want us to do. And when you go into a relationship and they see that you can't do none of those things, it's like, well, what the fuck is you good for? So yeah, I think he liked Stunna Girl. I think if he was about 35 years old, I think they would have hit it off. I think they would have probably been a good team, but I think he liked her for sure. I think the stuff plays a high problem with them. They from two different places and two different worlds, so that probably was gonna be a problem. And then people get in their ears. You know what I'm saying? People that know they gonna make some money together, and they could end up get in their ear like, oh, you can't fuck with that bitch because and then they telling her you can't fuck with that. And they got enough money that they could have got up and moved to Italy and said everybody, but they too young to know that they don't gotta listen to people. They could just get up and do what they want to do, and you never know, they might get together later on. But I'm pretty sure she's in a position right now that she's ready to get married and have a kid, and she did it the right way. And you know what I'm saying? She ain't got no baby daddies, so she don't really have to put up with all these baby mamas. And if you finna be running here and running there, she's not gonna accept that, and that's fine. That's understandable. Better for them to just be friends. But why is Nevaeh so up Bodine's giving and choosy? I don't know. They look like they cool. But I tried to tell her. I tried to give her some motherly advice because maybe her mother didn't give it to her. Ladies, what do we do when our man's friends come over? What do we do when our man's friends live with us? What do we do when our men's friends are around and we a good woman? First of all, what we don't do is walk around with our hanging out in the house. Now, it's different if you want to pop your when you leave the house and you leaving. But we already know if our cleavage and our is hanging out in front of a man all day, he grows a thirst and a hunger for it. He start dreaming about it. He want to you. That's all men across the board. Uncle, daddy, cousin, all men. So when you walking around your house and you look like a two-bit, that's what never have no respect for you. Now I might even pop my ass out if I want to, but it'll never be up in my husband's house. You feel me? When my husband's friends come over, they say hi, Miss Saffold. I say hi, and they go shoot pool or do what they do. I ain't in their face. We don't say two words. I don't trust nobody. My husband might halfway through the day. I'm not about to be kikiing with a in my husband's house. We don't do that. And I know y'all know better. You're not about to catch Jaidyn just kikiing and calling and talking to Whack and talking to Bodine, and you just know better. But I raised those girls. They know better. Okay? They not fixing to be doing all of that out in front of the other men's, and you know what I'm saying? It's a certain type of way you carry yourself. It's photos in that house. Every time we see you, you supposed to be in some nice covered up pajamas. Or your clothes. You live with men, but I know when you live at the shelter, it's a free-for-all, so you don't know this and you don't have no respect about yourself. But that's my job. That was my job to teach you that. You don't be kikiing in no man's face. I don't give a fuck if they say they the uncle, the granddaddy. You don't give them your phone number. You don't call them. You don't text them. They don't have your phone number. You don't have theirs. You see how easily it was for somebody to just infiltrate Jaidyn. At Blue, you know Jaidyn didn't want to that ugly, rusty, him or her. You know that was the devil infiltrated her. You ain't supposed to be in nobody's face. They ain't supposed to have your phone number or none of that. My husband's friends couldn't call me to save him. They got to call the police. The police got to call me. They did three-way me, and then Colette call me or whatever. They can't call me. Can't none of my husband friends. I don't give a if they've been knowing him since 7th grade. They can't call my phone. They don't got my number. Now, their wife might have my number, but they don't got my number. So when I tried to tell them, you can't trust nobody over there, she went and told them what I said, trying to start some, and made it look like I'm having a problem with somebody. No, I was trying to give you woman etiquette. You called me crying when he was with Krishan out in Catalina. If I didn't want you there, I would have told you, go ahead, do what you're going to do. No, I coached you through that. I coached you through that because you called me as a woman to woman, mother, grandmother to your child. I'm going to tell you the right thing if you call me. But don't go over there trying to stir up no and get people all, we on this side and on that side. We all been in this together. I don't give a if Whack pretend like he don't with me to you. If I call that right now, he going to tell you what the I say. Y'all get over there. I try to give you game. Don't trust nobody over here. Only person that you can 75% trust is his daddy. That's it. I don't trust nobody. So when I try to teach them something and they argue with me, I just look at them. Now look at the you in, dumb. Now look at you. They don't trust you. Don't nobody in the house trust you now. Because you running around lying and get caught up in that you shouldn't even be in. When you see them men's in that house, if you cook them a plate, you ain't even supposed to hand them the plate. You supposed to leave the food on the table. If you make enough for everybody, which you should be doing. Because if my husband got company, I'm going to make enough food. I'm going to leave it on the counter. And he going to distribute it how he want to distribute it. My husband going to get his plate and them going to get whatever's left. And he going to tell them that they could get some. I'm not walking around with my hanging out, passing out plates, and I don't know if how she do what she do. She probably don't even cook for nobody but Jonathan. But I'm telling you how it's supposed to go so you can know. Not so you could be over there infiltrating, trying to start shit. We already got enough started. So start there. Respect your space, respect your kid. If you felt like your kid's own father did something to violate him, why in the would you trust a stranger with your kid when you not there? Especially, let me tell y'all how I know why Jonathan gonna have to work real hard for his son to be good. I wouldn't put my kids on the bus. You know why? Because once they go to school, I don't know if that bus driver called the people and told them to come do the kidnap. You won't know for 8 hours what happened with your son till he get back home. How you just gonna let a stranger take your kid to school and then he gonna be there for 6-7 hours? You need to talk to your kid after somebody else talked to them immediately. What they said, what they talking about. They talking about nothing, they ain't talking about nothing? Okay. And when your kids come home from school, you have to ask them, was it a good day? Did anybody violate your space? You know, anybody being weird at the schoolhouse? You know, you got to talk to your kids. My kids couldn't stand me asking them pervert questions. I don't give a Was they bothering you? Anybody touch you? Anybody doing anything? You come tell me. If I don't give a if they tell you, don't tell me they gonna kill me. Let them kill me. You come tell me what they talking about. I'm gonna kill them first in GTA. So you need to go. You need to start there. That's what she need to start there. Is learn some respect. When your mama was there, she should have told you that. You don't be up in no men's face. That's the rules. She can learn some. You can. Everybody can learn. You see how quick she put that faja? She can learn. Y'all, she just can't learn from some of these people. Because the sad part about it is, Jaidyn don't know if Krishan fans or Nevaeh's fans, Ashley fans, my fans, they don't know who giving them advice. They don't know whose side they on. They get on the live and then they give advice and they take the advice and they don't even know if they're taking advice from strangers. Good touch, bad touch. Exactly. And when I get my grandkids over here, you can best believe I ask Journey. Nobody do bad touch, right? I love my husband with all my heart. And he respect me and he understand. I've been through a lot with my mama and my stepdaddy. Journey don't sleep over here. She don't sleep over there. She sleep under my arm. Okay? On my side of the bed, under my arm. And that's probably where she gonna sleep till she probably 10 years old, can get up and handle her business. Okay? And I make sure I tell the boys, if Journey tell y'all something, anybody bothering her, y'all, that's when we gonna activate. We gonna activate this mother up. Okay? I don't give a fuck if she called from the schoolhouse and you need a ride to that. I'm gonna give you a ride. We gonna tear some shit up. If Journey call us talking about this activation time. Okay? So there you go. And I'll take the whole charge. Tell them I did it. So there you go. So she needs to know how to be a little bit more responsible, and you can't afford to have that PTSD because he ain't rich. Okay? Now I don't know if he got NBA Youngboy money or not, but I'm here to tell you, you ain't got time for no PTSD right now. Okay? He on the grind. Either you on the grind or you out the grind. You decide. But ain't no man finna sit up there and stop what they doing and stop trying to get y'all a decent place to be where he wants you to be. And then you sit up there doing all that crying and PTSD and postpartum. Then when they go by the house and you didn't want to help and you had all this attitude, then they don't take you with them. You're gonna be on this crying. And one thing about it, and two things for certain, them is going. So you better learn how to act in front of them, because people be needing securities. Them is going, whether you go or not. Okay. I think he'll put Bravo in that right now if he wanted to. If Bravo wanted to come up over there right now, he'll let that in. I thought I seen a bassinet. I seen a bassinet in the room when I was over there when we filmed. So how he need a bassinet? I seen the bassinet. And y'all sent a whole bunch of gifts for the baby shower. I seen a whole counter full of baby stuff for the baby. So I couldn't imagine her needing nothing else. Well, they need to set it up. Security better than any. He has a bassinet and a playpen. All those supplies packed in the corner. Now that's trifling. That's trifling. I tried to tell her that. I said, I don't give a fuck if he buying a house today, tomorrow, or next year. My kid's room would be set up. She could go in that same room and put the baby stuff in one corner and Superior stuff in another corner. And that room would have been set up. And when we get ready to move, we'll take it down and we'll move it over here. Girl, your baby gonna be 1 year old by the time you set this up. You invited? I hope you invited. I don't care who's invited. I really don't. It ain't my house. Blue says she not going. And if she not going, it's her fault. And you know why it's her fault? Because he got other kids, and you bringing in altars and demons and idols and all kinds of stuff, disrespecting the space of the other kids. All his other kids is Christian. So for you to take and try to think you finna turn a whole couple $1 million crib into the devil's house is up. That's unfair. It's disrespectful and it's up. Cats and dogs. I wouldn't have nothing but that Batman, because that Batman gonna eat a mother up if they try to come in there. I raised that dog. Okay, that's the only thing that they need to take with them, is that dog to eat somebody up in case they try to come up in that house. Okay, you just on here talking. Yeah, girl, we just on here giving out jewels. Okay, you ain't got no man either, so shut the fuck up and take notes. John being raised by you, why do he disrespect women? He don't disrespect women. He disrespect. Okay? Make sure you get it right. He said he disrespects, not women's. Karlissa, will you go over there and help baby John do it for us because he needs you? Take him a bassinet, show her what needs to be done. Well, she this is not her first baby. This is her second baby. So I'm pretty sure she know what she doing over there. This is not her first baby, y'all. Y'all do know that, right? She got superior, and I don't think from what I heard, she didn't have no help with him. She did that by herself. So I'm trying to figure out why she need help. And she knew them curtains wasn't. She was trying to get some curtains, maybe to black it out for the altar. She should have called me. She knew them curtains wasn't no curtains you put in no mansion. Them was some shelter curtains. But Jonathan just learned too. When Jonathan first got his house, he let everybody help him decorate that house. And when I went over there, I said, I know you lying. You got the Value City furniture in the $1 million house. I know you lying. You need a chandelier. Everything I told him to do, he went and did. And then the dog ate the couch. the $10,000 couch, Batman ate that. But anyway, he learning too. He know what is. He know them curtains they got in the kitchen is too. He know what is. It's some stuff you can get off of the Amazon, and some stuff you gotta call the people for. So y'all tell her some stuff you gotta call the people for to fix it. Like the microwave, for instance. Y'all got a dummy microwave in there, and the house came with a built-in microwave. It just be some stuff you just that they just womanly don't make the calls. Like all of them do it. Krishan was over there at the other mansion, and the toilet was broken. It was some shit in the toilet, and I went back 2 weeks later, and some still in the toilet. And I said, y'all don't just call the plumber. So I called a plumber to come out, and they take the shit out the toilet. I'm like, you just have to take an initiative. Somebody not gonna want you in their house if you don't take no initiative. Okay, you got to take an initiative. Jonathan have been around some very my mother is very OCD. I'm nowhere near OCD as my mom. My mom is very OCD. Her house is always like something out of a magazine. Even when the grandkids used to come over there to play, she had their own section like I got my own section. So when they went over there, they got cussed out about pillows and all kind of shit. So Jonathan knows how a house is supposed to be, from his grandmother to his great-grandmother, Jaidyn's mother, me, all of us. He know what house is supposed to look like. He know all of us had babies, and none of us caught the postpartum depression or whatever because we couldn't afford to. And if we did catch it, we wouldn't know we caught it because we was too busy cleaning up and making bottles and changing diapers and organizing the station and clean baby cloths. You're supposed to lay the baby out on a clean blanket every day. You're supposed to have baby soap powder. We did all the rules with the kids. You know, the special soap powder for the baby skin. We did all the rules. So he know all the rules about the kids, okay? So when he disrespect you, that make you a that make me his mother. That make me, when I try to tell him what to do and I try to get him to do the right thing, that's called rebellious to your mother. And the Bible tell you don't do that. But they do it anyway. But he not about to sit up in my face. He not about to sit up in my face and call me no and you this and you that. No, why would you sit there unless you was a who the is fixing to sit there while you call me a I'm not. If we going back and forth and we playing, I'm talking about spouses. I'm not talking about kids. Everybody get a little smelling they funk and they feel like they could talk crazy to their parents. I'm talking about the way he's telling her, calling her lazy and all of this and all of that. You ain't never heard him say that to Jaidyn. And Krishan was lazy too, and I don't think he never said that to her neither. Girl, ain't none of them got nothing I need to manipulate them. I don't have no reason to manipulate none of them because ain't none of them on my level. Not even my son. Ain't none of them on my level, so ain't no reason to manipulate them. Ain't no reason to manipulate them. Can't none of them pull out their credit score right now and sit it down next to me and my husband's. Can't none of them pull out their equity right now and sit it next to me and my husband's. There's no reason for me to manipulate any of them. There never has been. When he first became famous, now my mom got her own crib. She already a homeowner. My mama got her own already. My mama owned her own car. She already got her own. She already got acres. My mama good. He told y'all that when he first came on the scene. I wasn't the regular rapper's mother. I wasn't waiting for my son to go pro or make $1 million so I could get a house. That's never been me. Jonathan graduated. When Jonathan was in 10th grade, before he graduated, for 2 years, he lived with me and my husband in $1 million house. When I got my divorce, we went back to an apartment right around the corner from where he live at right now. Okay, we not about to sit here and act like Jonathan never been to no shelter. Jonathan ain't never been to no shelter. He don't know what no shelter is like. He ain't never not had his own room in his life. So he know exactly how this is supposed to go. I don't got no reason to... When people manipulate people, it's because they want something. They need something out of them. I give way more than I've ever gotten from any of them. I'm going to repeat myself again. I have given Jonathan, Andre, Callie, Jaidyn, Nevaeh, and Krishan way more than I have ever gotten from them. Please don't make me go post everything again. Respect the Black Kris Jenner, okay? Because Krishan was not going over there to baddies to make a name for herself. She wanted to lay up in the bed like Nevaeh. And them people called my phone and begged me. The producers called me and begged me and said, can you get her to do this? Can you get her to do that? We'll take care of you. I said, you don't got to give me nothing. You don't got to take care of me. I'll get her down there. I'll get her down there today. We'll be right down there. And the day that I took her was the day that they was filming. So she missed all of the pre-appointments, all of the pre-stuff. When Krishan showed up, they was doing hair and makeup on baddies. She ain't gonna never tell y'all that. And when she went down there, she had a backpack. I said, where your clothes? They fixing to go out of town and leave. Where your bag? I ain't got nothing. You ain't got nothing. I called my son. I said, you got me down here with this girl, checking her in, got me looking crazy, and she don't got nothing. You need to get her a suitcase and put her some stuff together. They down here with they Louis and they Gucci, and I made him get up out the bed and get her some stuff together. Drawers, socks, panties. Get her stuff together so when she go down there, she don't look throwed away. Like my grandmama would say, don't take your kids nowhere looking throwed away. You're not about to have me drop her off with these people and she look like she throwed away. Everybody called off. We stopped, dropped, got her down there to the Zeus Network. So whatever music that John was pumping into her, it could go up. John could get the music, she could get famous. They could both win on the music tip. I told him, John, these people looking for her. He like, she won't go. I like, baby girl, let me holler at you for a minute. I did her very first interview. I was kind to her. I was nothing but good to her. When they start feeling threatened by my presence, because I might hang out with Jaidyn or I might hang out with this person, when they start feeling threatened by my presence, I become the enemy. And then they have to make my son the enemy. And we gonna play like we enemies because we already know what it is. We gonna act like we don't with each other because that's what y'all want. Why would y'all want that? I'll never know. But you will never know what type of time me and my son is on because all of y'all, we watching y'all. We watching how y'all move all the way from the daddy to the grandpa, everybody. We watching how y'all would really like for us to be at odds, knowing I'm the only that don't need shit from him. Make it make sense. I can't wait till John and Jaidyn get off this competition. You gonna be waiting for a long time because she got that white demon. She got that demon girl over there in GTA. That demon girl over there is making sure she do her job because where does that put her? You got to pay attention to the characters that want to be where they are. Now, if John and Jaidyn is doing their thing, and she done talked about me like a dog, talked about Jaidyn like a dog, where the fuck do that put her? So she gonna make sure that Jaidyn do enough. She gonna make sure Jaidyn do enough talking and enough that she can't get over here so that she can solidify her spot. I'm not the only one that feels this way. Jaidyn got some other friends that know it too. I'm not gonna put nobody on Front Street. But I'm not the only one that know what she doing. But I'm going to do her like I do John. I'm going to let them walk around and find out on their own. Because they should know better. They should know better. By now, you should know better. You don't text me back and tell me, oh, well, you're talking about her, so what do you want me to do about it? You're giving her the platform to talk about me. Now I'm not... Yeah. Where are we going? Yeah. You ready? I'm just in here talking to my friends. I didn't want Jaidyn and John to let them people. It was several people It was several people who played a part in that. Them not talking. It was several people who played a part in them not talking. This my tea. They made this tea for my birthday, and oh my god, it's so good. Who and playing victim? Like, we already talked about this. What are you talking about? You know what I'm saying? I get his logic and the way he go. I hope that he figures that out real quick and gets it together. But I gotta go help my husband put our RV up. We had to pull our RV out because we had so many guests. The Bible says, as for me and my house, we will praise the Lord. Thank you. And you entertaining them, you did that when the people was writing the blood on the wall, and that landed your 2 years sitting down to think about it. So I would personally stop entertaining and playing with people that's trying to get you to give their God a platform, because God didn't give you favor for you to give it to the demons. Okay? He didn't give you favor for you to share it with the demons. And he's giving you a lot of passes. He's giving you and Andre a lot of passes. You guys have received a lot of passes. You really have. So you love mentioning negative about. I mentioned negative and positive about Krishan. Would y'all please? I give them all positive and how I feel, my opinion. Now, didn't I give Krishan some positive? I even said she could bring the baby over here and we have our own little birthday party. I am Big Mama, and the minute you understand and respect that I'm going to say what the I want to say, the better off you going to be. Because I don't need you to sub up for me to say what the I got to say. I got my sub up right downstairs. Okay? I'm not on the verge of being at the shelter. I'm not on the verge of having to find a new place to live. And even if I was, I don't need no sub-ups to say my opinion. So I'm going to say my opinion about anybody that's connected to me or got a kid by me. And if you don't like it, don't have no kids by me. Don't have no kids by my kids. If you don't like that, Big Mama going to get on here and say what the she want to say. Now, I told you, I have grown to love Krishan now that I don't fear that Jonathan is out of control or being led astray. I have learned to love them all. And I really don't have to, because of some of the stuff that they have said and did. I really don't have to, because they not my kids. Jonathan's my kid. Okay? So if it ever looks biased or swayed, what the fuck do you expect? That's my son. And I know behind closed doors what he have done for me. Because remember, he was in jail for 2 years and both them was finna be homeless. But not me. Not me. When my son got to them and they said he gonna do another year, them was on their knees talking to Jesus. Okay? Don't get on here and tell me. I know what being done behind the closed doors. I know who helping them rack it up and who helping them eat. And then who was about to be homeless and who was homeless. And who came through all the way from the jiggity joint. Because Jaidyn was about to be at her mama house, at my house, or down there with Krishan or Nevaeh at that flea market or whatever the fuck it is. She was about to be down there too. John called them missions in, okay? He called from jail. Didn't get $1 from it. And made sure that money got in there for them kids and them children and for her. Okay? So don't get on here telling me I know what the fuck going on and you don't. So if I'm talking about somebody, they deserve to be talked about. If I say something good, I say something good. If I say something you don't like, that's my opinion. You don't see them complaining about it because they know I'm not lying. And if one of them call me, even the ones I don't like at all, guess who the fuck gonna get up and come? Who you think gonna come? That white lady? CamsTV.